Kayondo Ibrahim, CEO Trip Addicts, as well as a trip expert, someone in the tours and travel expert. Ibra, thank you for joining us. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me?
Ibra, welcome back from Oguzulu.
Thank you. It was a long weekend of 3 days at Oguzulu. Yeah, worth it. It was worth it.
Ibra, let's kickstart off from there. I want to know why do you think we have why do you think there is a lot of growing scams in the tours and travel company? Because I believe you're someone who has actually been there for quite some time. Why do you think we are now having a number of cases of scams ongoing in the industry?
Well, number one, before we even look at the scamming, and that's why I appreciate this. Then the second thing is scamming is not specifically or more evident within the travel companies, but it's more evident within domestic tourism. How? Most people that do scam don't have companies. Now, the recent incident of MC Africa incident, because I would address it as MC Africa because we didn't have a company behind the trip. The only face we had was MC Africa. So it's not specifically that companies do scam. Yeah, there are few. On the percentage of 100, I would say 1%. A few registered companies that do scam. But the whole point of scamming within domestic tourism is embedded in, you know what, everyone can organize a trip. That's how it is in Uganda. Everyone can organize a trip. Everyone can market an organized trip. That's why the problem is, as long as there are numbers on the poster, people just trust anyone. That's where the problem is. We are trying very much on beautifying domestic tourism, making it attractive. And people, of course, there will always be people who are always fighting against what you're trying to build. That's why there's a lot of scam. But number one, there's a lot of scam because domestic tourism is very, very, very high rate. Ugandan youth are now loving the tour thing. It was a blessing in disguise because of Corona. So most youth are getting enticed into loving domestic tourism, and that's where the problem has come in. This coming, if you look at this coming trend, it's mostly on the youth. Do you know why? Because these people have seen that youth are loving and getting more involved into domestic tourism. Yes.
I've always had this challenge. I want you to help us here. Do you think the trend of the tourism is because the youth are now enthusiastic of actually touring, or is it because it is now the new normal of finding a party somewhere?
Well, I would say it's both ways. You know, like I had an interview with you, or you had an interview with me sometime back, and I told you not, there are things you're always going to do to entice the youth. You just don't give them a trip and they'll come on board. Yeah, that's why I said it was a blessing in disguise because of Corona. Bars are closed and everything is closed that would love to have the youth party. So it's like I've said, it's both ways. The youth are looking on to party, and domestic tourism is apparently giving them that. But still, it's helping domestic tourism. How? Foreign, exchange is being earned, money, revenues being earned. If you could see the trend of national parks, like, because they do have recordings, Ugandans below 30 have been into loving domestic tourism. If you look at the national parks, there are recordings of recent, like after Corona, you'd see what I'm trying to mean. There's a lot great, and how should I call it? There's a trend. There's an increase in the youth tourism in Uganda. Like you've said, I'll be honest. I won't rule out the party thing. It's also involved. That's how you can get the youth into anything in Uganda, as long as you put music. You've seen meetings, like there's always that part of entertainment. Like on the serious meetings, by the way, Do you know why? People to relax. You can't get anyone on the bus, anyone below 30 on the bus. You take them to Action Falls without music. What kind of a trip would that be? What memories are you creating for them? So I would say it's both ways.
What do you think should be done by these tour operators, or let's say tours and travel company owners? What should they do to actually see that this scam actually reduces in the situation? Because I believe, like you've said, seeing the fact that we have COVID now and other people have actually seen that maybe your company is actually blossoming, then others are like, let's also start up this business because they feel there is money. But what should they do? If you're to give us some of the tips, what should they do as the owners for them to actually remain active in the business, for people to actually trust them with their money?
You see, like from the start, I was telling you, Joram, most people that are scamming people are not companies. There are people, they just create artworks, posters, put their numbers on. So this is not, I saw a writing somewhere that, you know what, this should involve tourism police. But I don't think this is a real police case. It's not even tourism police. You don't even need to take them to tourism. They're not even related to tourism. You get, these are real scammers. They need to be apprehended by police. This is extortion. You take money by a false pretense. You get, this is a police case. So I would urge police to come in and look for, you know, in Uganda, when someone, because this is the second time in a space of like 2 weeks, people scamming the others through tourism. In Uganda, when something is done and it's not apprehended, it becomes a habit. So the first culprit was not apprehended. That's the problem. Then if people see, hey, the other one scammed people and was not apprehended to the law, another one always coming, another one, and another one. So it becomes a habit. It becomes a trend of people scamming others through something. It's not, this is not tourism based, because if it were a company that is registered, that's different. That's tourism. Police can handle, tourism police can handle that case. But
all right, Ibra, I think I'm actually losing Ibra now. I want him to first give us his last assessment. I don't know whether he can actually hear me. Ibra, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well. I can hear you very well.
Okay, away from that, what is, if as we actually saying goodbye to you, and before we actually say even thank you for your time with us, what is your few things that you can actually leave out there to the travelers and to everyone who's actually enthusiastic or someone who would want to travel, maybe as we head out of 2021?
Well, travel is in a different way. Like I usually encourage families to travel. Like a home is always the basis of anything. You know that charity begins at home. So I encourage families to travel as families number one. Very much, by the way. That's where my emphasis is. That's where my next emphasis will be. Teaching families in Uganda to love tourism. Then in general, my focus mainly is on the youth. I must thank the youth in Uganda. They have come up, they have loved the whole idea of domestic tourism. And I must say, please, kudos to them. Then another thing, I would love everyone to follow us up at Trip Addicts. We are authentic. We love domestic tourism. We love the youth, and we make domestic tourism affordable. So these people that are coming in as scammers should not put us down, because when you are put down by a small thing, a small challenge, it's a challenge, yes, but we shouldn't get into fear. Let's use renowned, registered tourism companies. It's very important. When you're going to tour with the company, it's not about being registered alone, because being registered is another thing. You can be registered and still scam, and you'll see I've scammed these people. The next thing, it will be a court case, and you may win that case regardless. But what I'm saying is people should trust companies, renowned companies that have, you don't just come and you ask for registration papers. That's not enough. Have these people carried out, make your research, have these people carried out, or has this company carried out the activities, trips, and how many in a year? You get, that's how you can trust someone. It's like trusting someone. It's not even about a company. It's like trusting someone. You first get to know them, research. So people should first get to know if I'm traveling with Trip Addicts.
All right, thank you very much,
Trip
Ibrahim
Addicts.
Kayondo, the CEO of Trip Addicts, and one of the trip companies as well in Uganda. Of course, we're talking about how we can actually prevent the ongoing scams in Uganda as we're wrapping up and finishing. All right, now, Ibra, I think we've got you back. I almost thought we've lost you. Okay, should I say, let me give you 2 minutes to say your final remarks or your final greetings to anyone out there.
I greet everyone watching in. It's very important. And the Trip Addicts, you're at heart, always at heart. Everyone traveling with Trip Addicts, we love you very much. We cherish you. I can't mention one by one, but I would love to send my regards to Launch Out. He means even love to videographers, there's Tony, there's Derek Senyoni. It means a lot. There's UTB, there are companies that regulate, or institutions that regulate the travel thing. Kudos, you're doing very good work, though we need to put in efforts like to avoid such scammers. And I encourage everyone to travel with us at Trip Addicts. We are on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. You can even check us out on YouTube at Trip Addicts, TikTok. That's how authentic we are. You get so.
All right, now that is Ibrahim Kayondo. He was actually taking us through the situation. As we're actually winding up the show, here's the thing. Most probably because the tour companies that are actually growing up with the fact that we all know that COVID has hit us totally bad and very amazing. Totally bad, not only amazing, I actually said amazing. I don't know what I'm thinking about anyway. Here's the thing. It is actually totally hit us. If you look at the entertainment sector, look at the movie sector, been hit totally. And the only way to, most of these people have actually found out a way to actually survive has actually been through the route of tourism. But however, some people are using it wrongfully. Some people are actually using tourism in a wrong way, that they're actually using it as a way to scam others, which is not right. And it's not the way to go, because once people trust you with their money, they expect you to deliver the service. They expect you to enable them or to actually allow them explore the beauty of Uganda, to actually see the different scenery in Uganda, and that is the way to go. So if I told you a tour company, or if I told you someone out there who just wants to take people out for travel, a lot of things have to be taken. Before you become a tour company, you have to get the registration done, the paperwork from the Uganda Tourism Board down to the URSB. A lot of registration has to be done. So that is the paperwork I'm actually saying. Before people can actually trust you, and nevertheless, before people trust you, what is your CV talking about the tourism? Are you passionate? Because you have to build a brand that is passionate about tourism. You have to build a brand that actually helps people out there understand the main focus of tourism. We are looking at a journey of exploring the tourism sector to rejuvenate it, to make sure that every other person out there loves tourism, because domestic tourism is now the way to go. We've seen the entertainment sector down. We've seen people operating the bars already down, and the best way to actually get the entertainment and spice it into tourism so as to promote it and focus more on domestic tourism is to see that the tour companies grow. But how are they growing? We make sure that they are promoting tourism and being trustworthy and providing the necessary services, because the youth out there are being enticed to engage in tourism. But I think if we are enticing them, it's making sure that we are trustworthy as well. This is Smart Means Business. I'm Joram Paul Sonko. Just a quick reminder, follow me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Joram Paul Sonko as well. And to every one of you out there who has actually been joining on the show, we've been streaming on Facebook at Smart24 TV. We've been streaming on YouTube at Smart24 TV Space Live. Hit the subscription button if I told you we've been watching on YouTube. And also remember, we are on GoTV, TV, free-to-air decoder, and StarTimes decoders as well. And if at all you also want to follow our services, the website is www.smart24tv.com. If at all you want to follow more of that, you want to advertise with us, Commercial Road 29A. That is plot 29A Commercial Road in Naguru is where you can definitely get to us and find other services as well. But meanwhile, the week has just started. When the week just starts, I think everyone has to get more excited because you have new dreams, new aspirations to follow. And all those that you're following up need to come with a lot of things, a lot of vigor. When you have vigor, you have a lot of trust, you have everyone. And to everyone who has just joined in, thank you very much for making sure you kickstart off or end your day with Smart 24 TV. We drive your business. We make sure we give you updates from the latest Forex down to the latest in regards to the commodity prices, because we run the business stories, or you can definitely call us the best name in business television. Just a quick one. Weekend ungetandise. Woba wakatandika wiki, ebiseera ebisinga Monday ziba nzibu nnyo ffenna tuzitegeera. Olw'ensonga oluusi oyinza otandika Monday nga mood teriiwo. Naye w'ogenda mu maaso n'olwokubiri o picking up. Kati kano kangabalekere. Oba olina omuntu gwe wali oyisizza obubi, oyinza oba wamuyisizza bubi olunaku lw'ejjo over the weekend, you may have hurt someone. The best way to actually mitigate the situation is by you asking for forgiveness, and the simplest word there is sorry. So if you can say sorry to that person, it is better than anything else. Sorry changes a lot in everything. And I think the word sorry should go out to everyone out there who has actually been hurt by anyone. I would say it on their behalf. It is sorry. I'm Joram Paul Sonko. Until next time, Smart means business does end now. Ciao, adios.
Smart 24, driving business.